So, a fun thing, I was watching some streams and bumped into a guy asking how to stream and do a little bit better. Many of you may not know, but I am a coach and I help broadcast for a university. Nominated as a finalist for Top Broadcasting Team of the Year. The really interesting thing though is I kind of run that by myself because I recognize that I have those skills and I can help offer things to you guys. I want to actually do that for you. Some feedback. So I came up with a really cool idea. I messaged him and was like, hey, look, I'll take a look at your stream. I also shot a message out on TikTok saying, hey, if you're interested, I'll do a couple quick reviews for you, give you a couple tips, and help you clean up that stream. And that's what we're doing today. We're going to help some people grow and get a little bit nicer. So, first person we're going to look at is actually GForceRL. It looks like he is a Rocket League streamer. So the first thing I noticed on his page was, though, everything looks Valorant related. Like his background image, his offline screen, his panels, they all look like Valorant, which was interesting because RL is in his name, and I'm assuming that means Rocket League. And then when I went to look at his videos, it was all Rocket League and a little bit of Fortnite. If he was playing all Valorant, I could understand that. You're playing Rocket League though, and that's your main thing. And your Twitter bio and your Twitch bio all say you're a Rocket League player and freestyler. So what I would recommend is maybe making your own brand. You got a little bit of branding on your Twitter, you got a little branding in your Discord, you got a little branding on your Twitch. Figure out what that style is for you specifically. If you want to go all out Rocket League, that's fine. I would recommend making a brand for yourself and putting that together and making sure it's cohesive across all the platforms. I noticed your avatar is a tiny little white squiggle. Looks like a rune or something from Norse mythology. I would really recommend using your face though as much as possible so people actually recognize who you are. And if you're scared to use your face, I understand that. Get a really cool logo in the meantime, but it's really embracing when you actually have face-to-face contact with somebody. You start identifying with them more, and as humans, we like to look at faces. We recognize faces a lot better. You don't have any of the offline stuff, so I make that 60-second trailer for your freestyling. You said you're a freestyler in Rocket League. Make a really hyped video freestyling, make it goofy, make it funny, exhume your personality, whatever that might be, and it's going to help you when you're offline or when people pop into your stream and for the first time, especially if you don't have a lot of viewers and you're starting to grow. They're going to see that trailer if they're not a follower, and it's going to excite them to jump into the stream because you never know when they're going to jump into the stream. It may be a really boring moment when you're went to the bathroom or you're away. If you have that trailer up and they never followed, it's going to hit their attention and grab them and be like, hey, I'm going to sit and watch what this guy actually does. I would definitely make sure you fill out your entire profile, especially that offline stuff, and make sure you have a cohesive branding across all of it. There's a couple things with your stream overlay. You have the defaults for a follow goal, which is cool. Goals are always nice, and you only have one. That's spectacular. You have a view counter in the top corner too. I'm not necessarily fond of the counter. Twitch counter can actually make you have a lot less enthusiasm to streaming, especially if it's not the number you want. Even if you're a big streamer and you're used to streaming to 1,000 people and you're going to be like, I want it at 2,000, no, I want it at 4,000. You're always going to want to have more numbers. You're always going to have bigger numbers. What I recommend doing is just turning that all off. You can turn it off on your creator dashboard. You can turn it off in OBS or whatever you're using to stream. You can turn it off on your overlay. Turn it all off and never worry about it. Only check on it like once a week or something like that, or once a month, to see what your growth is over time and see that trend. You don't really want to look at it on the minute to minute. It doesn't help. It doesn't help anything. Another things I noticed, you don't have a webcam. That's one thing I would kind of look into. If you don't own one, that's fine. Maybe using some type of drawing of you or a picture of you in the corner. Just something so people recognize you a little bit more. Something interesting. Cameras usually come with most laptops. You can find a couple cameras online. If you don't have one, that's completely understandable. But I do recommend having that webcam, same reason we talked about before. Seeing your face helps people relate to you. They either see your reaction, that's hype for them. You might do something super crazy, and your reaction is going to bring it to the next level, seeing what your face actually is. You need to engage with them with comedy and all sorts of other things too. The facial expressions are huge, so you want those. But yeah, the goal thing is also default, but I would honestly brand everything as much as you possibly can. Make that goal look really cool. If you're doing a lot of Rocket League, you could even have it as the car driving the ball towards a goal if you really wanted to, and then you get a really cool goal explosion when it happens. But make sure it fits in with whatever theme you're going with. Creating engagement, definitely to grow, you gotta create content offline. Back when I first started, I grew really easy just by streaming every day and being consistent. Back in 2016 and before, you could do all that kind of stuff and it was easy to grow. But today it's a little bit different. So creating content off the platform, YouTube videos, making cool GIFs, all that kind of fun stuff. If you're making TikToks, it doesn't matter what it is, but that's kind of like where you're gonna go on a discoverability platform. So TikTok and YouTube both have better algorithms for finding people. The idea I specifically had for you, if you've ever watched the movie Sherlock Holmes, And those moments where he's thinking about the calculation of what he's actually going to do, and then it goes back and replays it, and everything's like in slow motion, I would definitely think about making quick TikToks or highlight reels of you doing that when you're freestyling. So the anticipation of what the opponent's going to do, and then slow it down really quickly and have it jerk a little bit, just like the movies did. Explain it in your thought, and then have it back and replay what you actually did. And I think that would be an astonishing way to show off your freestyle skills and help you get recognized from the Rocket League scene. Stay entertaining. Same thing with the entertaining thing. When you're playing and you're freestyling, you can use the same example and maybe not do it in the Sherlock Holmes fashion, but talk about what you're actually doing in the game and why you're doing certain things. And trying to continue talking and you find yourself down a lot, you can always jump in Discord with your friends. That way you always have something to play off of. Entertaining though, it's just making sure that you're communicating with your audience in your chat at all times. Even if there's no one there in the chat, there may be a lurker or two, and you want to make sure that they're in there and they're part of the thing, because Twitch really is, and I keep telling this to everybody, and since Twitch started back when it was Justin TV, I've always made this example. Twitch is the modern arcade. People go to socialize, they go to see the most entertaining people if they're funny, if they're educational, or if they're just the best player. They gather around the arcade cabinets. That's the same thing as what your Twitch channel is. They're coming to the arcade, seeing who's the best out there, they're seeing who's the funniest out there, they're seeing who they want to hang out with, or if they just want to hang out with their friends, that's what they're doing at Twitch. Broadcasting anywhere else, it's the same idea. People are coming to hang out with you and have fun. I want to thank GForceRL for letting us review his channel. I hope that helps him out a little bit in his growth and his adventures in content creation. I also hope all of you got something out of that and maybe found a little tip or something that you may be missing on your own channel as well. Remember guys, I stream over on Twitch. You can go find the link in the description or this right here. You can also find me on TikTok. And if you ever just want to chat and I'm offline, hit me up on Twitter.
Yeah, it's actually really good for anxiety and stuff.
Thanks. Is it in? Yes!